Well, we are live, and no, your eyes do not deceive you. It is Elite Dangerous. It's been quite a while since I last did an Elite Dangerous stream, so I figured, yeah, let's do one. Not least because I have actually started playing the game again. I've been playing it for the last sort of like, I don't know, about 4 or 5 days. Not a huge amount, compared to what it used to be, as Arodian makes his usual routine, first person to speak on the chat there. But yes, I figured it was somewhat overdue, and there have been quite a few sort of changes in the old Elite Dangerous universe since my last one, as Jim has also arrived. So yeah, I thought we'd at the very least be able to take a look through what has changed since I last did any sort of Elite Dangerous stream or video. Now, bearing in mind, say, that is going back a bit, so some of the stuff that I'll be showing and I'll be saying, yes, this is brand new, never seen before. Yeah, we've never seen it on this channel. I'm sure you have seen plenty of videos of whatever it is that's going to be coming up, but yeah, just not here. So yeah, we are currently in the Grated Puffin, which is one of my Cobra Mark 5s. Now, we have seen the Cobra Mark 5 in action on this channel before, but I'm not going to be staying in the Cobra 5 for particularly long, because we are in Cold 285 sector IG-0 C6-5, which is the system where you will find the remains of Titan Thor, and that's why we are here. So we're going to be doing a bit of Titan wreckage salvage hunting, seeing if we can find any Titan drive components, but also, yeah, we'll get some pretty good payouts from taking on the Thargoids that turn up here. Now, I actually arrived here yesterday, and if you take a look at the transactions, you will see that, yeah, I've already taken out a few Thargoids. 130,500,000 worth. Not one of those was an interceptor. They are all, I was going to say glaives. No, they're not glaives. They're size. Size show up here quite frequently. And I mean, interceptors will show up, but you just do not know what interceptor is going to arrive here. The only thing you can be certain is the interceptor is not going to be a Hydra, which I'm rather glad about, but it could be any of the other three. And the ship that I take in there could certainly take out Cyclops, no problem, but yeah, Basilisk or a Medusa, it is not outfitted to take on either of those. So, well, let's change ship then. I don't think it's going to come as any big surprise to you what the ship is. Here it is. It is the Cyrano de Bergerac, and it is a Corsair. So yeah, complete with rather unimpressive paint job. That paint job looked so much better when I saw it in the on the website, and then after getting it, yeah, it wasn't so fantastic. So I mean, I don't know if anyone watching this has a Corsair. I don't know what they think of it, but yeah, if you got one, let us know how you rate it. I think it's pretty good for this role. You know, going into Titan, yeah, going after, you know, salvage within a Titan wreckage site and taking on the Thargoids that show up here. But this is about the only role that I've been able to come up with where this thing is any good. Every other role that I thought, oh yeah, okay, I'll try it at blah blah blah, there was always another ship out there that was a lot better than this. So yeah, it's not fantastic, but well, let's take a look at the outfitting. So yeah, we can see what it is that I am bringing. We'll start we'll start with the usual core internals. I don't think any of this is going to surprise anybody. So military grade composite, which is heavy duty with deep plating. We are going to be encountering Thargoids after all, so we need sheer hull strength numbers rather than resistances. Power plant is grade 5 low emission with thermal spread, so this thing is running as cold as it possibly can. Thrusters are, yep, 7A, dirty drive tuning, drag drives. I bet you're shocked by that. The frame shift drive, it is an SCO drive. It's not a pre-engineered one though, but it has still got increased FSD range, grade 5 with mass manager. Life support is reinforced to grade 4. Power distributor is charge enhanced with cluster capacitors, grade 5. Sensors are long range to grade 3, but that's because the sensors are D rated, not A rated. Was not too thrilled about how they fit D rated ones, but the because my power plant is low emissions, yeah, I mean, you can see how close I am to using the max power there. So I didn't have any option. I had to put the 60. The long range means that it's still, you know, a far lower mass than if it was A rated, and the typical emission range is slightly up on an A rated one. But and to be fair, I did try it with an A-rated one, which had long range, you know, grade 5 on it, and it made no difference. So yeah, A-rated one is really not all that important. Can't remember if I have a Corsair or not. To be honest, they are pretty forgettable ships, so it's not that big a surprise if you can't remember if you have one or not. They are not particularly memorable. Offshore internals, again, there's not going to be any big surprises here. So we have 6A shield generator, which is reinforced with low draw. Had to be low draw. Anything else was, yeah, required too much power again. 1, 2, 3 hull reinforcement packages that are all grade 5 or class 5 Ds. And all have heavy duty hull reinforcement to grade 5 with deep plating. 1 class 5 module reinforcement package. 1 anti-corrosion cargo rack, 32 capacity, and then another anti-corrosion with capacity 16. 2 more module reinforcement packages, class 3 and class 2. And 1 detailed surface scanner, which yeah, has the expanded probe scanning thing. I can't imagine that surprising anybody. Onto the utility mounts. Again, no big surprises here. So I have an enhanced Xeno scanner. I have the shutdown field neutralizer. Now, granted, the only time you need the shutdown field neutralizer is if you are going to take on a an interceptor around here. So most of the time, I don't need this, but you can bet your life the one time I don't bring it will be the one time when I could really do with one. So yeah, it's always there. Same with the caustic sink launcher. You very rarely need it out here, but I got it just in case. And obviously that one has the improved heatsink ammo. And then there is 1 A-rated shield booster, heavy duty, grade 5 with super capacitors. And then finally with the hard points, so we have 3 of the, I can't remember who it was that do them. Anyway, the pre-engineered enhanced AX multi-cannons. They are all gimbaled. So, yeah, overcharged with autoloader. I also have a class 2 version of it. And then there are 2 class 2 beam lasers with efficient weapon and thermal vent. Again, I only put efficient weapon on there because I didn't really have much choice. It would have been much more useful to have long range, but no. The beam lasers are never actually used as weapons. All I use them for is to cool the ship down, and I very rarely need to even do that. So that is the loadout. If I get one, I'll call it the Luke Littler, as I'll probably retire it early or burn it out. Why, is Luke Littler retired? Well, it would be great for darts if he has. I can't stand the obnoxious little cunt. So, right, that is the Serrano de Bergerac. That's the ship we will be taking into the Titan Thor wreckage site. Now, before we go, obviously there has been the changes to squadrons lately. So I guess we need to touch on that a bit. So our squadron, I mean, this is our main page. I mean, there's only 14 of us. There would be 15. I'm not going to harp on about what happened, but needless to say that yeah, when it comes to great ideas, I would not. I would not say this. What happened is one of them. Yet we announced it yesterday. I had no idea about that. I am really, really glad to hear it. That is the best news from the world of darts I have heard in a long time. Okay, so yeah, this is where everything as far as squadron related stuff gets set up. So the squadron bank has 10 billion credits in there. I'm trying to think where. I think it's in the squadron's log. It shows like everyone who has contributed towards it. Here we are. 31 days ago. So these are, I think are mostly like squadron logs and stuff like that. Right, carrier. So yeah, this is things like so deposits to the carrier balance, and I don't know if it's also. No, it's purely carrier balance that's covered here. And then I think in feats, so yeah, you're going to get a lot of these killed a Thargoid hunter. You've got 2 pages of them, nearly 3 pages of them. And this is basically sort of like major things that people within the squadron have done. But it doesn't, by the looks of it, show any of the deposits into the actual squadron bank, because there are now effectively 2 banks within the squadron. So if I show you the squadron carrier, so here we are. So the carrier balance is 9 billion, 60 million and change, and the actual squadron balance itself is at 10 billion. So yeah, there's no shortage of credits available to those within the squadron, that is for sure. I've contributed I don't really want to dwell on it too much, really, because it's going to sound like I'm saying, "God, look at how great I was." No, it's not what I mean. But anyway, I contributed about 45 billion as far as getting the squadron carrier, outfitting it, and then getting the squadron bank and the carrier bank all set up and that. So everything's now all set, so that if there is anything that you need in terms of commodities, Odyssey materials, and credits, it can all be shared within the squadron. So it should hopefully all work out quite well. Not one of my best ideas, but it wouldn't have been a problem if I'd known if and why my commander had been flagged. Yeah, I mean, the reason that you were given is absolute horseshit. And Frontier Developments, if they even just looked for, not even a minute, they would see that you almost never play in any mode other than solo. So, you could not have done anything that would result in your thing being flagged. But, of course, they're not going to do that. Anyway, we will take a look at the squadron carrier itself a bit later on. But enough of my waffle. Let's actually do something. So we are going to launch and head towards Titan Thor and see what we have in the way of salvage there. And in the way of any Thargoids showing up, asking to have the ship blasted out of them. I assume building a squadron outpost and system is not currently on the radar. Well, if it is, it's not me that's going to be doing it. If someone else within the squadron wants to start it, then I dare say we can do something to sort of help out. But it's not. Yeah, it's definitely not something that I am planning on doing. The whole system architect thing and colonizing a system, it just looks like such a massive grind, and for very little in the way of a return that makes it worthwhile. Alright, see what we got here. Biostorage capsule is not particularly useful. I always put the night vision on here because it's not all that easy to see everything with any sort of real clarity around these sites. So the night vision is more than slightly useful. So I have started to get a bit fussy as far as the salvage that I get from these sites now. I basically go after, obviously, the Titan drive component. I also go after meta alloys, as you can clearly see, and I will go after the occasional Thargoid sensor, and that's all I bother with now. So if anyone was to, show up at the same time as me and wanted to do this in a wing or a team, there's a hell of a lot of stuff that you'll find that you are more than welcome to, because I will not be bothering. But I also suspect there will be a mad rush to get the Titan drive components when or if they ever appear. The Thor wreckage is not the one that I go to the most. This is probably my second favourite of the wreckage sites. I have far more luck at the Titan Oya wreckage site, but there is nearly always you know, the max amount of carriers around the planet that Oya is at or orbiting. So yeah, most of the time I end up having to come here. But there's only ever been like about 2 or 3 trips here where I've not found a Titan drive component. So this is not a bad site by any stretch. So I hear a lot of people complaining, oh, I went to a Titan site and didn't, you know, I never found a single you know, drive component, blah blah blah. And well, I can only assume that they either don't look very long, or well, they keep going to one that is pretty shit. Because yeah, I have no such problems. Well, most of the time anyway, I have no such problems here. Good evening, sir. This is quite a surprise. Yeah, it is quite a surprise to, yeah, you could say it's a surprise to me as well. But, yeah, I started playing the game a little bit more, and I figured one of these was a bit overdue, or very overdue. I've helped people with building their stations, and it's dreary as heck. Yeah, I can well believe it. So the amount of different stuff that you need to put together a you know, just one station, and then the vast quantities of each different item you need to build a station. I mean, it's huge. And then once you've built it, you really don't get a hell of a lot. Yeah, there really isn't much that you sort of like gain from it. And even though you're the architect, as they would put it, of the system, it's never actually your system. You know, it will be another like minor faction will come along and take ownership of it, and then it's just as vulnerable to being taken over by other factions, including fucking player factions, as any other system is. So you could in effect build a system, or yeah, colonize a system, and then have some player faction that you think are an absolute bunch of wankers. I think we all know who I'm thinking of there. And yeah, they could be the ones running it. Deep tissue sample, not fussed about those. Have you had much success getting Titan drive components? I never got the buggers. I'll say there's been like 2 or 3 occasions where I've not found any. But yeah, that's about it. All the other times I always find at least one. I mean, it does take a while, you know. It's not like you can just look for about 5 minutes and then just say, right, that's it, they're not going to appear. But yeah, say the vast majority of the time I always find at least one of them. You can bet your life though that now I'm doing this on a live stream, I'm not going to find one this time. But I will take the meta alloys, as they always sell as well. Alright. What I'm really waiting for is the is for a Thargoid or 2 to show up. The Dark Wheel Squadron of players have managed to colonise all the way out to the opposite side of Barnard's Loop. Huge commitment and grind for sure. Yeah, but to what end? What have they got out of it? Apart from seeing their names on a few systems. I just don't get it. I mean, I was only ever sort of like very vaguely interested in the whole colonisation thing to begin with. And then when I started to sort of like see and hear how it had been implemented, my interest in it just completely went down the carsey. Ah, completely bollocks that up. Right, let's try that again. There we go. Still nothing else that I particularly want. The materials, I'm maxed on all of those, so yeah, I don't need to bother with them. This is something I should know, but what's the benefit of getting the V1 SEO drive other than having the fast boot? Can't you just engineer a regular SEO drive? The V1, because it has the double engineered extended, the improved range, and there they are. Yeah, because it has the improved range, but also the fast boot. The fast boot thing either reduces the mass, or it has some other secondary effect, which of course means that the jump range is improved even more. It will be the furthest you could possibly jump. The drawback though is that the heat it gives off is a lot higher than normal. So say for example if you were in a Type 8, now they have quite a high heat output, and if you put a V1 SEO drive on it, yeah, you're going to have a whole world of overheating issues every time you engage the frameshift drive. Alright, that's one down. Frameshift drive reboot is really not an issue. That's him down. So yeah, 4.5 million for each glaive size that you take out, and I have a Titan drive component on my right in front of me. So there we go, that's that got. Just been catching up with the start of the stream, and Littler hasn't actually retired. It was part of an FC26 social media stunt. That was a pain in the arse. And that's, in that case, stunt is not quite the appropriate word. Well, about half of it is the right word, but yeah, not quite all of it. I need a repair ship to show up. Because I didn't exactly take a lot of damage there, you know, 97%, but there's often repair ships and rescue ships flying around, and they will launch repair limpets, and whatever damage you get, yeah, they will deal with it. More meta alloys as well. Well, I'll keep grabbing them. So I sell them from my carrier, and I sell them for less than $1 million. And I know there are some carriers out there which will buy them in for almost 2 million. So I mean, yeah, if you were to buy them from my carrier, there's a good chance of being able to sell them on and double your money for them. I'm just interested in the quick sale. I don't really see the need to keep hold of them and you know, try and get some ridiculously high price for them, because yeah, what's the point? Especially when you can go and pick some up fairly easily. It's not difficult to amass a decent amount of meta alloys. Ah, what was that? Alright, let's try this again. There we go. More. Fucking hell. We're absolutely surrounded with meta alloys out here. I don't usually keep finding them, you know, one right after the other as often as this. Okay, so there's two more sides showing up. Once I've grabbed this, it will go and take out those two. So old Brendel has yeah, shot himself and left. That was a bit close. Right, let's see if we can find these two that have just shown up. For now, I'll leave those meta alloys. I'm more interested in trying to find where those there they are. Well, the rescue vessel has spotted me. The trouble is he's going to be launching a repair limpet while I'm in the middle of a battle, so it's going to be constantly getting destroyed. I think I got the pair of them firing on me. Yeah, I do. Shields are down, not an issue. Yeah, great time to launch a repair limpet, eh? Right, that's him down. He's gone after another ship. I'm not sorry about that. Type 10. That's him down. So, yeah, repair limpets sorting out the damage to the hull. 4 of the glaives taken out, which has me on 148,500,000. Yeah, believe me, that's the if you're only just catching this, yeah, you need to take out more than 4 to get that many credits for them. Now we'll nab this and check out the cargo inventory. So yeah, it is 10 metal alloys and 1 Titan drive component. Right, where are we? I think the hope is that Frontier takes note of their achievement and developments to their vision of hang on, I think the hope is that Frontier takes note of their achievement and developments to their vision of the story. Yeah, yeah, you may need to try writing that one again. I can't really. Thank you. That's never been adequately explained to me before. Oh, is that going back to the V1 SCO drive? Yeah, effectively, yeah. The V1 SCO drive, yeah, you get the best jump range that you possibly can, especially once you, because the V1 does not have an experimental effect on it, but you can add one, so that will get you the furthest jump range. But yeah, the heat levels from it are higher, so you gotta, there are some ships out there where, yeah, you'd be advised to think twice about fitting a V1 SCO drive to it. I'll say the Type 8 is definitely one of them. Yeah, something to do with an Xbox advert which showed a few celebs retiring to a retirement home to take time to do the things you love. Sounds like that advert is yeah, great. Yeah, I'm lucky enough to have one such drive in my Mandalay. It is impressive. A player helped me out with a Titan drive component. Mandalay is a perfect ship for it. Mandalay is certainly a ship that does benefit from it. No doubt about that. I think, yeah, I think 2 of mine have got the SCO drive, or the like the V1 SCO drive. Right, this is not a size that's showing up. This is an interceptor, but I'm not sure whereabouts it is. Alright, well there it is. There is the FSD anomaly. Now what interceptor is it? This is the thing. Ah, Well, it is only a Cyclops. I recently started playing again after coming from console, and the SEO drive was a game changer for me. It was a few days before I even knew about them. Yeah, they make a big old difference, no doubt about it. Some ships with the SEO activated are like trying to hold a feral cat. Yeah, the ships that were not designed with the SEO drive in mind, some of them are still absolutely fine. They'll still work okay. And some of them, yeah, you just don't want to waste your time with it. I'm assuming that people want me to take out the interceptor. There we go. Right, that's one heart down. Oh no, he didn't target me. Quite surprised by that. Or maybe he did, because yeah, he's coming after me big time now. Right, which heart is it now? That one. Alright, that's the second heart down. Ah, he got me with his poxy Right, next heart is exposed. I can't see which one though. No, it's that one. There we go. Now in the meantime, two more glaives have just turned up. There you go, so I did need the anti-shutdown thing that time. And there he goes. So that's the Cyclops dealt with. Now, did he drop anything worthwhile? No. Sargoid heart. Well, I've already got a few of those. I don't really need any more. Now, where's the nearest rescue ship? That Type 9 might be one. No, that actually I think is a pirate. He's taking his life in his own hands coming in here. Right, where are we? I don't know, you destroy one of its hearts and for some reason it gets pissed off. Yeah, they're weird like that. They're not so keen. The there's at least one side still about. Okay, that's him done. I can hear the other one, but I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Oh, the other one's just been destroyed. Oh well. I'll have to make do with the 161 million that I currently have. Ah, that's what I wanted to hear. I mean, I'm still on 95% hull despite taking on an interceptor and a couple of hunters. We've got a few more meta alloys nearby, so we'll grab some of these. I would like to get like 2 or 3 Titan drives, but it is not particularly common that I get more than one. The most I've ever got in one sort of like trip was 4. I was certainly okay with that, but again I just flogged them all. I don't really need to get any more of the Titan components. I'm not overly fussed about getting any more of the SCO V1s. I think I've got 10 ships that have the V1 drives fitted. But yeah, I don't really need more than that, I don't think. So how many people who are watching are currently doing, that was a bit too close, currently doing the CG event and are currently off exploring? As you can quite clearly see, I am not one of them. What the hell are those spinny little things? Console's never had any of those types of guys. Yeah, that was a hunter, that was a size. Yeah, they never appeared on the console version. Neither did the glaive. The glaive was the more difficult of the 2 hunter types, but it still wasn't that difficult. I was, but got bored and gave up. And likewise, I just finished, I got sick of it. Yeah, that's the big problem with exploration, right? It can be pretty good if you have like a final destination. So let's take like, you know, a really major one. So you're going to go to Sagittarius A star. So you've got a destination, you know where you are going. Then it can be pretty good. But if you are just wandering around aimlessly, not really sort of like sure where you're going next or why you're going wherever it is you're going, then it does get really tedious. So yeah, I think if you are going to do exploration runs, and I've done quite a few of them, yeah, they can be good, but I would certainly advise making sure you've got like a final destination rather than just sort of like point in one direction and say, right, we're going that way, and that's it. It looks like the sides around here have already been engaged. Well, one certainly has. I don't know if this one is still going to be in one piece by the time I get in range. No, that one's down. Where's the other one gone? I think the other one's also been destroyed. Oh well. Let's continue our hunt for I mean, if anyone's in game and they want this Titan Drive component that I've just picked up, then well, you know where I am. No, pointless CG and mere distraction and filler. That's the big thing about it. A lot of people who I've seen mention it in either videos or on the god awful forums keep saying, "Oh yeah, we might find this new whatever it is." You know, no, you won't. It's not been coded in yet. You know, you're not going to find anything new in this entire. It's not going to be added to the game until after that CG event has been completed. So all you're going to be doing is just yeah, scanning the usual sort of planets that you find here, there, and everywhere. And if you do go to you know, onto the planet's surface, then again, all you're going to find is the same sort of, like, you know, flora that you found every other time you've landed on a planet's surface. So yeah, there is nothing new to find yet. Sounds like the other side is being attacked. Right, that's him down. Where's the other one? There. And that's him down as well. And the repair limpet is doing its thing. Not sure if it's a bug or intended, but whenever I turned in data of HMCs being mapped in inhabited systems, it gave me the first map bonus for them. Yeah, that is a bug that, I mean, hey, I'll take it. Yeah, it's a bug that they haven't bothered fixing. I mean, there are a lot of bugs that they haven't bothered fixing, so yeah, just add that to the list. Didn't realise there was still action at the Titan debris fields. Yeah, oh, yeah. I mean, certainly nothing like the extent that there was, but yeah, it's still all go here. And of course, if you want one of the V1 SCO drives, then you're going to need to come here. Well, either that or pay through the nose for a Titan drive component from someone who's selling them. I mean, I sell mine for 36 million, so yeah. That was close. The only reason I did the CG was in case there is something else to follow. Well, Yeah, I did think about that because I mean I've still got all the yeah, these things here, um, and I did wonder, you know, do I need to at least do something within the CG event to make sure that I will get whatever else is still to come on that. Um, I missed out on the missing student story because I never got the original message. Neither did I, but I knew where the final place to go was. So I went there and got, yeah, the last two. And then, well, you can see, 3 days later, I got the actual original message. So, yeah. Would love to see a shield mod that makes your ship completely resistant to Thargoid lightning. I don't think we are ever going to get that. It will be seen as being too powerful, unless it's like, yeah, it's great against the Thargoid lightning, but pretty hopeless at anything else. In which case, it wouldn't be worth putting on. Besides which, I mean, you saw the lightning attack there. It really wasn't all that great anyway. Once they've got my shields down, they do so little damage that it's really not that big a deal. If you search on Canon website, you can still pick up on that event. Yeah, that's what I did. So that's how I knew I could just go to the yeah, the one system, which would have been the final system. And well, I didn't get the credit payout because apparently you get 40 million credits. I didn't get that, but I did get the paint jobs, which was the only reason. The only reason I did it anyway. I wanted those. I wasn't fussed about the credits. I mean, credits 46.5 billion, and I've just spaffed 45 billion on squadron stuff. So yeah, credits is never a priority for me. Well, it does look like the. Oh, this is another. This is another interceptor. This is not a couple of the sides. Now, what interceptor is it? I suspect the fact that we've already taken out a Cyclops means it's not going to be another one of those. Well, I can't see where it is or where it actually arrived. Oh, there it is. That looks quite fast. Oh no, it's another Cyclops. Right. Do I take out another Cyclops or what? Oh yeah, I went to the systems on the Canon website, but no matter how much I scanned them, I didn't get anything out of them. It appears that all I missed out on was paint jobs, so no big loss. Yeah, if you're not fussed about paint jobs, then yeah, it is no big deal. Paint jobs are decent. Yeah, yeah, they're not bad. I was hoping they would be better than they are, but they're not terrible. The green one on the Mandalay looks good. I already had the gold Griffin variant. I can't remember the names of the paint jobs I've got on me Mandalays. So yeah, I'll have to Yeah, I'll get back to you on that. Right, let's scan this. Looks like he's just flown into a piece of wreckage. There we go. Right. And that is the heart we want to target. Right, that's one heart down. Now, hopefully, yeah, he's gone after a nearer ship. Because a lot of the time when you take out the first heart, for some reason they zero in on you. It's almost as if they blame you for it. I mean, God, dear. He's destroyed one ship. Right, which heart is it? I think it's this one. I've got to try and get in range, but yeah, I have got the right one targeted anyway. There we go. Oh, bollocks. Don't think I managed to avoid that missile. Alright, so that's the next one. Now this is where, yeah, we will need the anti-shutdown thing, yeah. Oh. Uh-oh. Well, there he is, he's down anyway, so trouble is, yeah, he shut down my thrusters. There was a risk of me being stuck there. Ah, got another couple of these as well. Right, where are we? Okay, yeah, we'll let the repair limit do its bit. I am starting to get a bit low on ammo, so yeah, I need to keep my eye on that. Shouldn't have any trouble taking these two out though. See, I'm not really sure why I'm waiting for the hull to be repaired first, because well, I don't know why he started firing on me there. I don't know what he saw. Unless it was the limpet, because they never, I know Star Guys don't like any limpets, apart from their own ones. so that one's down. Now where's the other one gone? Oh, the other one's over here. So that's in down. Oh, for a minute, that Titan tissue sample, I thought it said Titan dry component. Okay, well, I've got one dry component. I'm about to pick up the 16th metal alloy, and I've certainly got a decent amount of credits from taking out these things. So I think we'll head back to the carrier fairly soon. And then we'll send the carrier back to where I was before I came out here. Yeah, nothing else really there. 187 million is hardly a terrible amount. And inventory wise, I mean, we have got a Titan dry component, 16 metal alloys. Yes, I've got plenty more cargo space, but yeah, that will do. So let's oh, well, seeing as these are right in front of me, I may as well nab these as well. Right, it's another two glaives that are showing up, but yeah, I've got enough for now. Anyway, yeah, I mean, with the exception of the Titan wreckage that is around Earth, they are all like this, but it's just that some tend to be a bit more generous with regards to the number of Titan drive components that you will find than others. And I find that yeah, the best one is Oya, and this one here at Thor is the second best. So you know what to expect now when you yeah, are heading there. I mean, even when the interceptor shows up, as long as the interceptor is a Cyclops, even then you got no problem. If it's a Basilisk or a Medusa, then yeah, it really depends on what ship you've taken. This thing is not going to be able to take out either of those. A bit of a hard landing. So yeah, 8,408 total repair cost. It really is not much at all. So let's transfer everything over. So yeah, so there's now 46 metal alloys for sale here, and there's another Titan drive component. You probably don't want to head to this system though, because we are going to be moving. So we will head to, say, the system that I was in before we came out here, which is to Vita. And we are going to be orbiting, yeah, Rock. Let's hope like fuck that it's not going to be a monumentally long waiting time. Nope, 16 minutes. I can certainly put up with that. Right, let's have a look on the thing here. What have we got? He may have got the hump because he just murdered loads of his family in front of him. Well, he might do. I mean, they are a bit touchy like that, aren't they, Thargoids? So yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised if that was the case. You know, they're all fucking yeah, they're all whiny little shits, aren't they? Does the squadron carrier have the same jump range as the fleet version? I'm guessing so. The thing is, since I've got the squadron carrier, you know, for R1, I've only done one jump in it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it is though still 500 light year range. I need to get in on the AX stuff, but not sure what ship to build, stroke engineer to do it. Perhaps the Crite Mark II. Seen a few mention people that they are decent for the task. I mean, there are plenty of ships that are great for AX. I mean, it really does depend on what it is you're going after. If you're going after just scouts, then, you know, an adder will be good enough to take them out. You know, scouts are unbelievably easy. I say the hunters, so that's the size that you've just seen, and the glaives, although I don't know if there is any location where the glaives still show up. I mean, you've seen there again, they are not difficult. You don't need anything that's going to pack a hefty punch to take them out. So really the only time you need to put yeah, any sort of real thought behind it is if you're going after interceptors. The Crite is a great choice for yeah, going after interceptors, or the Crite Mark II. The Crite Phantom less so. It's not terrible, but it's, yeah, the Crite Mark II is probably the better one. And I mean, if you're going to be going after the big guns, you know, like the Medusa or the Hydra, then yeah, you're looking at Anacondas and Corvettes really for those things. Well, I certainly would anyway. I know there are players out there who, you know, going after a Medusa, they'd be like, okay, yeah, this is my Eagle Mark II that I'm taking to do this. And like, yeah, okay. And then they go and do it. It's like, yeah, that's a level of playing this game that I am never going to get close to. Okay, so we got just under 15 minutes before the carrier jumps. So yeah, anybody has any questions or anything in to put in the comments? Jesus Christ, I'm always starting to sound like fucking Mainmeister here, aren't I? But yeah, if you have anything that you want to pass the time while we're waiting for the jump, then Yeah, knock yourself out. Just to let Mick DC know, yes, I am. I still need to finish the second half of the train request video, but I will be getting that done over the weekend. That properly pissed me the fuck off. It really did. Oh dear. I've seen those flying with FA off and pulling off drift turns and other fancy moves. I'm more of a follow point and shoot player. Yeah, that's my style. Your style, that is, you know. Had a break from ED for a bit, well, till next week. You're not. When you say next week, is that because you want to see what happens after the CG event ends, or are you actually interested in the Type 11? I mean, Jesus Christ, the Type 11 is. There is nothing interesting about that thing at all. Surely I am not the only one who looks at that and just thinks, I couldn't give a toss about it. You got me all moist now for some guide action. Just jump in the carrier to go have some fun. Well, if you're wanting to go after Thargoids, then yeah, Pleiades is the place to go. Been rather consumed with No Man's Sky. I mean, I have been playing it as well. I've got my Corvette. It's all right. It's a bit of a mess, but it works. So yeah, I'm okay with me Corvette in No Man's Sky. Yeah, next part of the story, Type 11 does not exist to me. I mean, the Type 11 just has nothing that. It's, you know, ever since they started bringing in the new ships, you know, when they started with the Python Mark II. Now, even though the Corsair isn't exactly the sort of ship that has grabbed everybody's attention, compared to the Type 11, it's, you know, it's just on another fucking level. So is there anyone watching this who actually plans on getting the Type 11 when it comes out next week? Don't be all scared to say it just because I've been sitting here saying, because I know there are people out there who are like that. Just because I've said I think it's shit doesn't mean, oh right, I better not say I want to get one then. Did my first expedition, 19, enjoyed it. There have been better expeditions, I'm not going to lie, but yeah, expedition 19 was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't particularly difficult, I breezed through it, but yeah, I thought it was alright. 220 hours in No Man's Sky. You don't want to know how many hours I've got in No Man's Sky. The Type 11 looks like it was taken from the Star Citizen reject bin. Well, I mean, if I had to say anything positive about the Type 11, I will say it does look good. On an aesthetic value, I think it's a good looking thing. Although anyone who is even remotely considering 60,000 arcs for that Ponzi version with the flashy, animated... whatever they're called, piss off. Who the fuck do they think they are? 60,000 arcs for that fucking thing. Jesus Christ. I like to hear different viewpoints also. I certainly don't hold back on giving my points of view on anything. I've got the arcs to get it without spending anything, but it doesn't really light my candle. No, not at all. There's nothing to recommend the Type 11 over a Python. Well, that's the other thing. I mean, say you do want a dedicated mining ship, and I have got a dedicated mining ship. Mine is a Type 10. In every single way, the Type 10 seems to be a better mining ship than the Type 11. I've got better capacity. I've got I can fit all of the different mining equipment, and I've still got 4 large hard points to defend myself against the pirates that you know are going to show up. I've got more cargo capacity. You know, it just builds up and up and up. There's nothing there that really a lot of players celebrating over that animated mining cannon. That's it. See, because it's something that looks different, and it's like, oh, a new big gun, go bang, 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 and that's enough. It appeals to that sort of mentality, which means there will be quite a few people out there who you know, will go out and buy one. Now, whether any of them will actually spend 60,000 arcs on that fucking, I think was it the Galactic Edition or whatever it is. I mean, yeah, anyone planning on doing that, I think, needs fucking serious psychiatric help. It was your videos got me switched on to No Man's Sky. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, well, I find that hard to imagine. Type 11 might be a good pirating ship. Yeah, but the thing is, right, with the Type 11, right, that the big animated mining cannon thing, which is also a sort of hybrid of the abrasion blaster. So that's a large hardpoint. It's the only large hardpoint that the Type 11 has, and that big mining laser abrasion blaster is the only weapon you can fit in that point. It will not let you fit any other class 3 weapon into that hard point. Certain streamers have pointed out that the lighting effects are not accessibility friendly, i.e. flash. Oh, that was Burpit, wasn't it? He was going on about that. I mean, I have epilepsy, and I was watching that video and I had no problem with it at all. So I think he might be overstating how big a deal that is. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about that too much. You know, I mean, there's plenty of other reasons not to bother getting it, but that one is, I wouldn't say that's a big deal. It would take me 3 years to earn the arcs for that bastard. I mean, technically, it could actually take you about, 3 days. It all depends on how successful your lobotomy is prior to actually wanting to get the thing. It's a fucking daddy long leg somewhere around here. It's couldn't, yeah, this has got his name written on it. Didn't realise about the large high point. That's bollocks. Yeah, absolutely it is. Because the whole appeal of the ships in Elite Dangerous is that even when it's a ship where it's obvious that it's been designed for a particular role, because of the flexibility of things like the hard points and the optional internals and that, you can still use it for any other role you care to try, and it may work out pretty good. But the Type 11 has come along, and it's basically it's like they are telling you this thing is for mining. Don't even think about trying to use it for anything else, because we're not going to give you the options to do so, which goes completely against the the whole fucking point, I think, of the various ships in the game. Also, others complain about it being headache-inducing. Oh, I didn't know about. I don't see it being headache-inducing, but then just because it doesn't affect me doesn't mean it's not going to affect anyone else, I suppose. I bought the Panther because I had the arcs and didn't want any paint jobs. Yeah, I mean the only pisser with the I'm gonna get that fucker if it cumulatively. I missed it with every single one of those. Yeah, the only pisser out of Panther was the fact that they hiked up the price and the number of arcs beforehand. But then again, you had to be incredibly naive not to know that they were going to do something like that anyway. Um, we all knew how much people were like eagerly awaiting the fucking Panther, and now it got announced, and it's like, okay, right, it's going to be a matter of days before they hike up the price of the thing. Oh, what a surprise! That's exactly what they've done. So yeah, we all knew that was coming. 60,000 arcs is ridiculous. Oh yeah, it is beyond ridiculous. Um, so the old motto "blaze your own trail" doesn't apply to the Type 11. No, not remotely, because yeah, if you're one of those who's thinking, okay, I'll get the ship, but I'll try it for something different. No, they don't give you the option. Panther Mark II is very useful in contrast. I dare say Panther Mark II has its... I'm sure it is more than just a big ship that moves a lot of cargo. We've known for years that players are better at engineering ships than Frontier. Yeah, I mean, players are better at a lot of things compared to Frontier. Is the Panther Mark II available via credits when the Type 11 releases? I very much doubt it. Bearing in mind the Corsair isn't available for credits yet either, so that's going to be coming along for credits before the Panther is. Don't expect the Panther to be available for credits this year. I think it's going to be January at the earliest. It will be November before that comes out for credits, I think. Yeah, so I think it's going to be later than that. Right, we are about to... forgot about it. Yeah, so a lot of people forget about the Corsair. It's not a particularly memorable ship. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, I did okay in it just now in the the old Titan wreckage site and that. But this is about the only sort of like task or role that I was able to give it where it was any good. So everything else that I tried, there was already at least one ship that was a lot better at it, at whatever it was. Admittedly, most of the times when I tried it out, it was all combat roles. No surprise there, really. But yeah, there were so many others out there that were just a lot better. I didn't take the Corsair at all. No, as I say, it's just didn't really have anything to make it last. There was nothing there that this sound glitch that came along since the last update is rather annoying. The sound just stops when we're coming out of the frame shift drive thing, and then it all comes back again. Right, so we are back in Tevisa. Now, Tevisa is a system that I have found quite handy, because this is one that I've been coming to for quite a while. And I get quite a few missions here that are for, they either want Palladium or Tritium. If they want either of those things, they usually pay quite a bit for it. And I can either rack up the credits, or I can use that reward payout to go and get a load more Tritium to fuel me carrier here. Speaking of which, I need to replace the how much do I need? I think it's 33. Yes, it is. Oh no, I was just going to say, someone had already bought the Titan drive component, but no, they hadn't. I'll also just yeah, just makes something a bit clearer, because I mentioned this before with the squadron, but I don't think I've made myself very clear. Anyone who is in the top two ranks, so that is me, Jim, Mick DC, Wise Ass, don't think he's here at the moment, and yeah, at the moment that's everyone. You all have complete navigational control of the squadron carrier, so you can move the squadron carrier to wherever you like. The only thing I ask is that if you do that, firstly, if anyone else from the squadron is online, check with them first to see if they're using it. They almost certainly won't be, but just check anyway. And secondly, once you've done the jump, whether you are on the carrier or not, can you then do what I've just done here and restock the tritium? It currently has 1,000 already in there, so the fuel capacity is at 100%. So yeah, just keep topping it up each time you move it, so that the fuel tank is always at 100%, and then there's never any danger of it not being able to jump somewhere because it hasn't got the fuel. So there we go. Sound drops out. Yeah, it does it quite a bit. It's muting for a musical sting that doesn't always happen. If you have the music muted as I do, it's a stupid bit of silence. I don't have the music muted, but it still just goes silent anyway. I mean, there have been plenty of such bollocks ups in this game. So, right, well, the Corsair is not really the ship for doing any possible sort of cargo runs. So, well, we were talking about the Panther earlier. So, yeah, here's my one. We'll take a look at this. But yeah, I did get the Panther Clipper Mark II. Well, let's have a quick rundown of the outfitting, because you just know that it's going to be there. That's the space equivalent of the Lost Boys. Do you know the rule about filling up a car with gas when you borrow it without asking? No, well, now you do. I have not seen that film in a long time. Right, so this is the only Panther Clipper I have. I don't think any of these are going to surprise you. So I kept lightweight alloys, so it's heavy duty grade 5 deep plating. Power plant is AA. Everything on this ship is is A rated. So overcharged power plant, but only at grade 2. It didn't need any more than that. And thermal spread. This is another one actually where you may want to think twice about putting a V1 SCO drive. It does, or it can get a bit hot while you are engaging the frameshift drive, especially if you've got an overcharged power plant. So yeah, really, if you have overcharged the power plant on your Panther Clipper, don't bother with the V1 SCO drive. Okay, thrusters, really no surprise here. 8 dirty drive tuning, grade 5 drag drives. Yeah, what a shock. Almost as much of a shock as this. Frameshift drive, increased range with mass manager, but you never saw that coming. Life support is at grade 4 lightweight. I could have done it at grade 5, but it wasn't worth it. It was adding something like an extra 0.05 to the jump range. So yeah, strangely I decided not to bother. Distributor charging enhanced grade 5 with cluster capacitors, and the sensors are lightweight grade they are grade 5. Kept the fuel tank at 128. Optional internals, yeah, no surprise at all with regards to the cargo racks. So the Mark II slots are both taken up with the 8 and 7 cargo racks. There's also another Class 8 cargo rack in the second Class 8 slot there. Class 7 prismatic shield generator. The shields on this thing are not fantastic, so I kind of felt that the prismatic was a bit necessary. So grade 5 thermal resistant with the fast charge experimental. Cargo, this is one of the pre-engineered ones that we got from that recent CG event. So yeah, it's not 64 capacity, it's 86. Handy, so yeah, went with that. This one is just a standard 64. 6A fuel scoop, 5D fighter hangar, because yeah, you're going to need some kind of defence, and so yeah, I stuck the fighter hangar in. Guardian Abrasive drive booster. The jump range is not fantastic, although I mean mine is 39.87, which is not bad, but that is with class 5 FSD booster also fitted. Right, anti-corrosion cargo rack, 16 capacity, and then a tiny little 4 capacity cargo rack, but I needed that because that got me into 4 figures as far as my cargo capacity goes. Detailed surface scanner, which expanded probe range. Utility mounts, they are all A class shield boosters. 3 of them are heavy duty with supercapacitors, and 3 of them are resistance augmented with force block. And then as far as the weapons, so we have 2 class 3 beam lasers which are turreted, and grade 5 efficient weapon with thermal vent. 4 class 2 cannons which are all gimbaled, and they all have overcharged weapon grade 5 with oversized experimental. And then finally 4 class 1 pulse lasers which are all turrets, grade 5 rapid fire mod with phasing sequence. So yeah, that's the loadout of my Panzer Mark II whatever. Nice, I got those racks as well. Yeah, that was the only reason why I did that CG event. In fact, I wasn't going to bother with it at all, and then it was actually Jim started playing the game again, and he was doing it, and he was telling me about these cargo racks that were available if you get anywhere in it. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a go. I ended up finishing in the top 50%. So yeah, I got 2 of the class 6 and 2 of the class 5. So yeah, not bad. Right, let's make our way to Sopwith Arsenal and see what we have available. And I'll see they haven't fixed this issue either. Got a few more merits there. I mean, now that I'm approaching here during a live stream, you know that there won't be any of the missions that I really want. But yeah, there you go, just show cargo capacity 1002, so it is at 4 figures, but yeah, it really is only just. The other like pre-engineered class 6 cargo rack, I stuck that in my type 8, because if I'm going to do missions where I can only land at outposts, that's when the Type 8 starts doing its cargo runs, and having that fitted is very handy indeed. There's no doubt the yeah, none of them are paying out merits, but yeah, the Panther is certainly not the most agile of ships, but it is way more agile than it really should have been. I mean, nobody can really complain about how it moves, but you can bet your life that people do. In fact, I've seen on the forums they do. It's always the case with the forums. Everyone moans about what the new ship doesn't have rather than mention anything about what it does have. Right, let's let's pay in our combat bonds. Yeah, 187 million, and yeah, that's worked out quite nicely. So yeah, once my fighter pilot has taken his cut, 170 million, 170,000. That'll do. And no surprise, my pilot's Federation reputation is now allied yet again. So right, now we can check the bloody agile considering its size. It is, yeah. It's, I would say it's overly, yeah, well overly agile compared to the size of it. It should have been sort of like less agile than the Type 9 or even the Imperial Cutter. But no, they were never going to do that because everyone on the forums would have just moaned about it relentlessly. So here's a Triton one here, but it's 1,800 units of it. So it's paying 50,000, but yeah, you're looking at paying out paying 50 million rather. But yeah, you're going to be paying out 92 million to buy in, so no, we are not going to take that one. Shock horror. No, that's it. So there's none of the missions that I'm really after. Should have guessed that, really. Okay. Well, there are other systems that are nearby which we can, you know, go to because they offer similar missions more often than not. One such system is Kayakol, and another reason for coming here is that, yeah, the Hippocampus. That is the squadron carrier, so let's go and take a look at the squadron carrier. I'm sure by now everyone who is watching this video has already seen what the squadron carriers are like, but now you get to see what our one is like.
Ship released. You may proceed when ready.
So none of these ships that are orbiting around, oh okay, yeah, 3 of them actually paid out merits. I haven't seen them fitted out internally. I've not completely fitted this one out internally. I don't have the I don't have the bar. Didn't really see the point in installing it. So let's just yeah. One day I will actually time the arrival of, or yeah, time the moment of disengaging the supercruiser boost. Actually, you know, well, but this was not one of those times. This is only something like about the second or third time I've actually bothered landing on this thing. So, yep, here it is. It treats me as a complete neutral, just like it does everybody else. I mean, there is no denying it's a properly impressive looking thing. I mean, that is one seriously huge bloody vessel.
Docking request approved. Head to your allocated pad.
So yeah, landing on a carrier, it's pad 22. I didn't realise it even had our logo on all of the landing pads there.
Contact confirmed. Ship secured. Welcome to our carrier, Commander.
So I mean, you can see the options. I mean, there are some changes, but you know, compared to a regular, you know, personal carrier. But I mean, obviously, was always going to include things like universal cartographics, and I did want the redemption office, but I don't think there was even an option to put the redemption office on this carrier. One thing that I did do, in fact, I could do with someone. If someone can go into the game at some point, lands on this thing, let me know if you are able to. Actually, yeah, okay. What I'll do at some point, I will disable the shipyard and the outfitting, and then once I've done that, if somebody can, who's in the squadron, if they can then come here, let me know if you are still able to transfer ships or yeah, like your stored modules. If you can transfer them to the carrier, then I'll get rid of the outfitting and the shipyard because they won't be needed. I have a horrible feeling the only reason that the shipyard and outfitting is needed is if we are going to start selling ships or parts, which of course we're not, so there's really no point having them. I might change my mining ship from a Type 9 to a Panther if I ever get the urge to do any mining. Well, I definitely recommend you changing it from the Type 9 because, yeah, okay, your Type 9 certainly has a lot of cargo capacity, but you are going to be attracting pirates left, right and centre. On a Type 9, you've got nothing in the way of weapons to defend yourself. So yeah, that was the main reason why I went with a Type 10 instead of the Type 9. Brakes too early, stroke late, a familiar pattern for me. Well, it may not be this game, but I do have this weird habit of braking far too early. Yeah, it's a different game, but the outcome is much the same. Why is the carrier not green in your 3D scanner hologram? I have no fucking clue, but it is ludicrous. Not only is this carrier, the carrier for our squadron, that's the squadron that I founded, and this carrier that I bought, and yet it's treating me as a total neutral. So, yeah, that's, yeah. Oh well, it's Frontier Developments. What more answer do you need? Right. Anyway, let's disembark, and you get to see the almost ridiculously huge size of the Panther Clipper. Yeah. This ship is utterly it's pretty much ludicrous in size. It is that vast. I mean, I cannot believe they will ever introduce a ship that is bigger than this one in the game. Well, as far as ships being pilotable, yes, okay, there are ships bigger than it because we are currently walking around one. So, yep, the same elevator music. So here we are. So the layout is a bit different. So we head this way. This takes us to the command deck. And yeah, we have this large open area. So these two areas, they could have something in them. I don't really know what. One of them is obviously going to be the bar, but I don't know what the other one would be. So over here we've got the shipyard, and over here we have the Vista Genomics. There was no way I was not going to put a Vista Genomics station on here. So we keep going and we enter an area which will look a lot more familiar to those who have their own the personal fleet carrier. Including the entrance to the command deck. So, I mean, it is quite an impressive sight, there is no doubt about it. But the ready room is a bit different. It all looks the same here, and then you see there's this larger section around here. Certainly as far as our fleet carrier goes, our squadron carrier, I think they're a bit optimistic in how many people are ever going to be on this thing. So there you go, that's the ready room and the command deck. So yeah, we even still have the escape pods. So when we arrived from the landing pads coming this way, this is supposedly the the vault with where all our credits are. But actually the design of the carrier, if you were to go beyond that wall, you're floating in space. So, you know. So now, yeah, if we were going to head back to the ship, we actually get two options. We can either go back to our vessel, or we can go to the jump cabin. So if we head there, again, I think this is a bit optimistic, is, you know, with regards to how many people do they think are going to be on this carrier, because yeah, it's this large open section here where everyone will be sitting during a carrier jump. Not one single window, so you can't see any part of the jump. So I really don't get the point of this section. Rather than coming here, surely you would just sit in your ship and wait for that. I don't get why you would come here, say, okay, right, yeah, we'll sit down, right, and we'll wait for the jump here. Why would you do that instead of sit in your ship cabin and wait for the jump there? So yeah, this seems like it could have been okay and they've just totally wasted it. You know, maybe it makes sense to somebody, but it sure as fuck don't make sense to me. So there you go, that was the squadron carrier. I'll jump the game in a few minutes and test your shipyard. Well, no point doing it at the moment because the shipyard is still operational. So it's obviously going to work at the moment. Let's see if I can disable it. Hopefully no one is using the shipyard here or anything. Oh, no, that's the wrong carrier management. Carrier services. Right, now can I... Right, shipyard. Okay, well it looks like he's not letting me suspend it. Possibly because we are not in a carrier administration system. I don't know. But it looks like despite the option being there, we can't suspend it. Service is active. So, okay, scratch that. The service is going to be up and running no matter what happens. Cheers for the tour. It's oh yeah, it's yeah, wasn't it fantastic? I mean, I'm sure it's useful, but ever since getting it, like I say, this is only like the second or third time I've even landed on the thing. I suspect if he's still here, Mick DC is probably going to get more use out of it than I will. And I wasn't sure if Herodian was still in game. I mean, if Herodian is ever able to rejoin the squadron, I'm sure he wouldn't get much use of it either because he's got his own carrier. So yeah, I mean, if you have your own carrier, the chances are you're really not going to use the squadron carrier all that much. And I know Mick DC doesn't have his own carrier yet, so yeah, I suspect he's going to be using it more than anybody else.
Ship released. Ship has liftoff.
Okay, let's see what we have mission-wise at old... none of them are paying anything. At Barlow Station. I'll also just quickly, as far as the power play goes, I am on, rank 134. I've long since reached the point where I'm not doing like any of the weekly assignments unless it's something ridiculously easy like this one here. Because, I've unlocked access to all of the modules, and okay, the care packages are more than useful. The materials that you get out of them, really handy. But if you get too many of them, and then it bugs out, then you're going to start having problems. So you need to sort of ease down on however many of them you collect. I mean, obviously, if you're getting a care package and then as soon as you use it, you take everything, so it's no longer appearing on that list, then that's fine. But I've got plenty of them where I've still got a few bits left behind because I couldn't claim everything from it. I really wish they would rework it so that it would just have all of the items that you haven't yet taken from it in just one separate list, rather than all of these nameless care packages, and you can't, there's no way you're ever going to remember what's in them all. I'll still claim the merits though for, just doing a simple basic scan of any ships in the area. Gotta check how many of these are. A few of them work. I was wondering why I was so slow. I didn't need to do the landing gear that early.
Please continue on your current heading, Commander.
Right, now we can. let's see what we've got on the mission board here. Now, it's always the transportation ones that we're after. Uh, 909 palladium. Well, if I was in a wing of like 2, 3 or 4, it would be worthwhile. But yeah, I'm going to be paying out 45 million in order to earn 50 million. It's so not worth it. But that one is definitely worth it. 45 units of tritium, which is only going to cost 2.3 million, and it's paying 20.5 million. I don't know if I've got space for 12 military supercapacitors, but I would definitely take that if that is possible. Anyway, we'll definitely accept that mission. What else we got? That looks like it. Now there was... So 954 beryllium wouldn't be too bad, but 38 million in order to make 50 million. Again, it's not really worth it. Right, let's take a look at our inventory and see how many military supercapacitors I actually have. Oh, okay, I'm maxed on them. Okay, so it is just going to be the payout. So it's paying 20.5 million. My ship launch fighter pilot takes 10%, so that means I'm going to have 18 million that I will actually receive. Okay, right. Well, the nearest system I know that sells is nobody's favourite. Sugabus. So let's head to Abe Dock. I mean, at least if I'm buying tritium from here, it doesn't do anything to help them. And I don't want to do anything to help these cunts in Sugabus one bit. I'd be very surprised if we do get any pirates coming after us. But I am going to do a bit to try and promote their appearance, because even though the mission wants us to source and return 45, I'm going to actually buy quite a bit more than 45 tons. So we know we are going to get 18 million in terms of the credit payout for this. So I will buy 15 million credits worth of tritium. That way, once I've handed in the 45 that they want for the mission, I will still have made a few credits, and I will also have a load of additional tritium for the personal carrier, you know, my fleet carrier, and it effectively won't have cost me a single credit. So there's no point me scanning any of the ships around here because I'm in a system that is controlled by hostile power, so I won't get anything for it. So really we just want to get straight to yeah, our landing pad and then bugger off again. Don't really want to hang around here. Right.
Landing complete. Command system shut down. Security forces are on the lookout for dissidents in this area, Commander. I would advise you don't provoke them.
They say that every time I come here, not just since this, you know, the Thursday takeover thing. They say it every single time I come here. Right, so there's the 45 for the mission. So that leaves me at 766 million. So I now want another 15 million worth. Right, there you go. So that's another 315 tritium. Not bad. Right, let's make our way back to where we got the mission from.
Ship released. You are clear to leave.
Yeah, Jim, you sent it a bit too early for it to be entirely convincing. Now, if you'd sent it just after I arrived here, then, oh yeah, I might have thought about it until I see the name. Bloody YouTube lag. Oh, okay, it was YouTube's fault. There you go. Alright, let's actually, I don't think I've done too badly this time. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. I didn't think any of those were going to pay out. Well, I'll say pay out, you know what I mean, though. Merits, not an actual payout.
Additional traffic reported. Please ensure you give way to larger vessels. Landing complete. Initiating ship lockdown. Our facilities are at your disposal, Commander.
So, yeah, we'll hand this lot in. So, 45s, yeah, so I can't get any more of those. So, okay, yeah, so my credit balance, yeah, it has actually gone up by 1 million, or roughly 1 million, after, you know, all the other payouts and that, you know, like the crew, yeah, the ship launch fighter pilot has had his cut. In fact, he should really be, yeah, in there. So yeah, my yeah, credit balance has gone up by 1 million compared to before I arrived at Shapsugabus, and that is despite the fact that I now also have another 315 tritium in the cargo hold. So if we take a look on the mission board, see if there are any other tritium, any other missions that are wanting tritium, which is certainly possible. Gold is another one that's usually a good mission to do. There we go. So 81 units of tritium, which I've already got. Biotech conductors. I don't think I've got space for 12, but I mean, obviously, I'm going to take it because I've pretty much I've done it before. You know, without even having to go anywhere. So yeah, okay, so yeah, no room for the biotech conductors. So there we are, another 300, or yeah, another 36.7 million. yeah, that was not the most difficult mission I've ever had to do. So that certainly helps with the old credit balance, and I still have 234 tritium left in the hold, which will probably end up being taken to my fleet carrier. So there we are. I think that will just about do, with it being like 5 to 10. Yeah, here we go. Where are we? Tungsten walrus, very apt. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't really come up with any sort of like any of, shall we say, my usual sort of names for this. So I just thought, okay, right, let's have something that weighs a fucking, you know, like weighs several billion tons and is really fat. So there you go. I came up with tungsten walrus. It suits. Really, I need something like, you know, tungsten bullfrog or something, because it really does look like a squatting frog when it's down on the landing pad. Those missions seem like a license to print credits. Yeah, I mean, all right, it helps if you've got, like, you know, your reputation in this area. You know, you've built it up, which I definitely have. I'm allied with all of the minor factions around here. But because I know what sort of stuff they are going to, you know, they're going to be wanting. I say here, it's frequently is tritium. There's a lot of gold, quite a few palladium, and you also saw the beryllium ones. They're pretty good as well. So yeah, because of the high reputation that I have with them, they pay ridiculous amounts per mission. So yeah, it's quite handy to you know, be able to take advantage of it. Like I say, the Caracol system where my carrier is at the moment is another one, and there's a third system that's close by, which also does it, and that is Lyabes. I'll actually show you on here. So yeah, here we are at Caracol. There is Tevisa, where my fleet carrier is, and Lyabes is right here. So you got those three systems all pretty like close to each other. So if you've got the reputation around here, or say for example, you might know somebody who is around here that's in, say, a squadron that you're in, and they might be able to get those missions, and then yeah, team up with them or something, you know. That might just work as well. But yeah, you got plenty of chance of making, like, you know, ridiculous amounts of credits in those three systems. You don't have to travel too far outside them in order to complete whatever the mission is that you're getting. So yeah, here we go. Right, Cyberdemia, I think, is oh no, it's still here. Good stream apart from that pirate who trolled you. Well, he tried to, but he was a bit hopeless, wasn't he? Yeah. Looks like the Thundercat vehicle. Yeah, I know what you mean, actually. Yeah, it does a bit. That's not a good thing, though, is it? I was going to say that too. The landing feet look like the Thunder Tank's claws. Yeah, yeah, they do. So it's a sort of hybrid of a giant bullfrog and the Thundercat, Thunder Tank. Yeah, what a great looking thing, eh? So anyway, that will do then. I don't know when the next live stream will be or what game it will be, but I do know that over the weekend I'll be doing at least 2 more videos, because I still have half a Train Simulator Classic request video to do, and then after that I have a full Train Simulator Classic request video to do. So yeah, I will get those 2, or that 1.5, done over the weekend. So that is, yeah, that's all I really know is happening over the weekend. There might be more, who knows. So there we are. That is job done. So now go away.